Here's the 3 ways to market your book that actually work. Now, after working with hundreds of clients in my PR agency that wrote their own books, and they've tried everything, paid ads, social media, podcasts, influencer marketing, live events, we've found that some strategies work a lot better than other strategies. So if you're a nonfiction author, meaning you've written a book teaching somebody how to do something, explaining your expertise, whether that be personal development, business, or whatever your craft is, this video is going to change your life. For the fiction authors out there that are trying to write the next Harry Potter, this video is not for you, sorry. All right, so starting with number 3, the strategy that actually works is paid advertising. I'm talking about ads on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and even Amazon ads. Now, a lot of people will try paid ads and write it off and say that it doesn't work. And the problem is they're not good at running paid ads and they don't know how to craft an offer and creative and headlines, but I promise you they do. And strategies number 2 and number 1 will make your paid ads much more effective. So what are paid ads and how do you actually make them? Paid ads is when you spend money on a platform to get your product in front of new audiences that wouldn't have otherwise seen it. Let's take Meta, for example. This is the most popular ad platform on earth because they make it so easy for advertisers. All you have to do is sign into your Facebook account, post something on Facebook, and then say, promote this post. You're gonna have a few different components to your ad. The first is the creative. This is the graphic or the video that you want to show the new audience, that you want to pay for to get them to see and hopefully click. This creative is super important. You need to test at least 10 different creatives with different images, different videos, testimonials, trying to get people bought in on the idea of your book or your idea. You're then gonna put together a description and a headline. This is the copy that people are gonna read when they see your ad. And the third element that you need to get right is the destination link. We call this a landing page or a sales page. Now, if all 3 of these things aren't working together and they aren't converting well, you're not gonna make money on paid ads. But if you ignore it and you don't do paid ads at all, then your book's not gonna have a chance of scaling and reaching a new audience. But before you try paid ads, because likely you'll be wasting money throwing it in the trash can, you should probably focus on number 2 and 1 first, because if you do these next strategies, they're gonna make your paid ads a lot more effective and a lot easier to convert new people for your book. All right, let's talk about strategy number 2. And this is probably the first area that I would focus your marketing efforts because 1, it's free, and the limit is only the effort that you want to put into this. And 2, it's gonna make everything else a whole lot easier. See, the most powerful thing that you can share with somebody to advertise your book is somebody else's book recommendation. People like to read books that people they admire are reading. So if my favorite entrepreneur tells me to read a business book, you better damn believe I'm gonna go download that book on Audible or buy that book on Amazon and read that book. But this effect of wanting to read what other people are recommending is something that you can actually implement as a strategy and scale. So how should you do it? Well, 1, we're gonna call this influencer marketing or affiliate marketing. Influencer marketing is having influential people promote your thing. So if you're writing a business book, you're gonna want to reach out to 100 business leaders that you might know that are in your close circle and some that are gonna be a reach. Now, what you're going to do, and a lot of people are gonna hate this, is you need to send them a copy of your book with a handwritten letter and then a video. Make it as personalized as possible. This will get their attention and get them bought in to the idea of working with you and recommending your book. Now, the tricky part here and the hardest part to get right, listen up, this is the most important thing. If you screw this up, none of this will work. Your book needs to be good. Influential people are not going to recommend a product, a book, a service that they don't find to be of high quality because they're attaching their name to it. So if you have a good book, the easiest way to reach these people is social media. These influential people are influential because they likely have large followings across the big platforms like YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. Reach out to them on these platforms. Do everything you can to get their attention, get their address, and send them one of your books. And then follow up until they read it or until they give you the time of day to set up a call and talk about what a partnership might look like. If you want to fast track this, the other way to do this is find those same influencers, and this probably won't work with the biggest ones, but the ones that have micro audiences, micro influencers, you can pay a few dollars to promote your post. You can pay these influencers a few bucks, between $100 and several $1,000 to actually promote your book to their audience. Now, the best part about doing this is once they promote that book, whether they take a picture with it or do a video explaining the book, that is now UGC, user-generated content, that you can run as ads to convert way more people. Because think about it this way. If I'm trying to get you to buy my book and you're seeing an ad from me saying, here's my new book, you should buy it, it's awesome, I worked really hard on it. You might buy it, you might opt in for that, but think about it this way. If I showed you an ad and I'm saying, look at Tony Robbins, he just bought this book, he just recommended this book, he just read this book. If you know Tony and you trust Tony, chances are you're much more likely to convert and to actually purchase that book. All right, now that we've gotten done with strategies 3 and 2, network, and you might notice a trend here. These strategies will work on their own. They're very powerful on their own, but when you pair all three of these strategies together, you have a winning recipe for a viral book campaign. So strategy number 3, if you can do this, the rest of it becomes super easy. It'll be easy to get influencers. It'll be easy to run paid ads that convert at a really low price. The first and most effective strategy for marketing your book, and this is the only way to sell 3 million copies of your book in the first week. I haven't seen any other strategy work quite like this. That strategy is leveraging the media with PR. So media has been around forever. And by media, I mean talk shows, I mean news channels, I mean digital publications. Imagine getting on Oprah and Oprah holding up your book and talking about it on live TV with millions of people watching. And not only are they watching live, but this is recorded, it's put on YouTube, it's put across her channels, it's promoted to her book club audience by email. The only way to secure something like that, because you're not reaching out to Oprah by Instagram. This is not a typical influencer. None of these news stations are typical influencers. You have to pitch them by either acting as a publicist or by hiring a publicist. A publicist is going to get you opportunities in things like talk shows with Oprah. They're going to get you opportunities to be interviewed about your book on mainstream media. They're going to have roundup articles where they're like top 10 books of 2024. If you want to be on that list, there's only one way to do it, and that is through PR and publicists. Now, the media takes all sorts of forms in 2024, 2025, but the mediums that you should focus on are podcasting, digital articles, and TV. You may have seen your favorite author is about to release his book, or he just published his book, and now all of a sudden he's appearing on all of these podcasts with other influencers that have people in that space. We call this a virtual book tour. He's using a publicist to get him booked on all of those shows to reach all of those new audiences. And just like influencer marketing, now you have the host of that podcast as your influencer, as the person endorsing your book. So you can run that as an ad. You can run your media placement as an ad. Even a very basic TV segment where you're sitting next to someone in a TV studio on a chair, and that person is holding up your book saying, you should go get this book. A PR agency like Otter PR can get you on something like that in 30 days, absolutely guaranteed. Can't guarantee you Oprah, but just by running that TV segment as an advertisement is going to help you secure more influencers, and it's going to make your paid ads 95% more successful. We've also seen circumstances where the book is so cool and the author is so cool that they do end up on the biggest talk shows on earth. So if you're publishing a book, you should focus on those 3 strategies: paid ads, influencer marketing, and third, PR. Focus on getting booked on podcasts, TV segments, and online articles. If you do all 3 of those together, I can guarantee that you're going to have a winning marketing campaign for your book. And if you want Otter PR to do it for you, a link to book a call is just down in the description. I'll see you soon.